Very good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss more about the written communication. As we discussed about the written communication, some points that should be kept in our mind. But now today we will discuss some limitations and some advantages of the written communication and more about then that. So in written communication, the responsibility may be fixed. If suppose I am writing something, then this is the whole responsibility of me. If I write something wrong about a particular person, or if I insult a particular person in my writing, at that time I must be taken to the court. So it means the written communication has the legal significance. And if suppose if we write something and if we keep it, then this can be used further after a long time. So you can say that this is the permanent record. So here we can say that the written communication has a legal significance and it is a permanent record. Further, the responsibility may be fixed of a person who is writing something. So we should care, as we discussed in our previous lecture, that while we are going to write something, then we should be cautious about the things that our writing should not go against a particular religion, caste, creed, race, gender, and naturally the government. So these are the some advantages of the written communication. For example, if we are working in an organization and we have to assign a task to do, at that time if there is no written order, then we may be responsible if there any mistake comes. And we are asked further why we did such job. But if we have the written order in our hand, at that time we have the right to do the activity. So in government departments as well as in organizations of value, the written communication plays very important role. In other words, we can say that written communication is a formal way of communication. In oral communication, there are scope. We can use some slang or a little personal touch in our conversation or a loose talk sometimes. But in written communication, this scope totally eliminated, because this is the permanent record and one can check it, one can bring it before the other persons, so we cannot deny. So there is the responsibility of the person. So in written communication, it is easy to fix the responsibility, number one. Secondly, written communication, suppose if I write a book or you write a book, then this book may be circulated among many persons. So you can say that in written communication, the written communication has a wider reach. So these advantages of the written communication makes it effective. However, we have listened that 93% communication needs the non-verbal or the body language or this type of aid which makes the communication impressive. So at this junction, we can also say that written communication has this limitation, because in written communication we cannot use our eyes, our facial expressions or kinesics or the para language. So 93%, the 93% is the non-verbal communication, and we cannot use it in written communication. So this is the greatest limitation of written communication. But still there are advantages, like as this is the permanent record, this has the legal significance, responsibility may be fixed, this has the wider access. So we should also follow some principles, because suppose if I write something, then I will be conscious about a fact that if this my writing is going to my officer or to my superior or to someone else, at that time if there will be the spelling mistakes and if the sentence will not be correct or not logical, so it will invite the insult, or it will inflict on me the insult. So this fear makes the writer conscious to write precisely as well as accuracy. So you can say that this is the limitation, this is the advantage of the written communication, that here we find the element of preciseness and accuracy. Also we know that the brevity is the soul of the communication. So brevity is there in writing. In oral communication, the formal elements comes, informal elements comes. But while we are going to write, naturally, the formal elements come into play. So these are the advantages of the written communication. But side by side, you can say that there is no quick response. This is the limitation. Or in other words, the feedback is not quick. For example, if I am talking face to face to a person, or if I am engaged in the oral communication, at that time I can get the feedback immediately. But if I write a letter to someone, or if I send a mail, then I have to wait unless the response comes to me. I will not be aware of the feedback. So feedback is not quick in written communication. This is the limitation, you can say that. And sometimes the written communication also becomes costly, because there is a need of paper, there is a need of pen, and there is a need of typewriter. There is no, now typewriters are not there in existence. So there is a need of the computer, or there is a need of another materials which are needed to write something, at least paper. So this is sometimes costly. For example, if I want to give you an information, a simple information, that these days the school or the colleges will be, or the market will remain closed due to the lockdown period. This is simple. This message is delivered. But if I try to write it, and I try to give it in writing to the mass, so at that time I need paper, then I need pen and ink, and then I should write it, and then I should send someone to circulate it. So from this point of view, you can say that written communication sometimes proves costly. And thirdly, this is the formal communication. So there are the barriers. If I write something, then it goes to my superior, then the next superior, and conversely, if a superior writes something, then it comes to the subordinate, and then again the next subordinate, and then so step by step. So there is a time consumption. So in written communication, it is time consuming, number one. Secondly, there is no quick feedback. Thirdly, this is costly. Sometimes it proves costly. So I think that this small lecture or this recording will be beneficial for you. Hope your day will be bright. Thank you.